Previously on Reversed.
I go through all the time.
Be careful, Lisa.
Junior!
Rev, he's here on vacation.
While you guys were gone, Roger basically told her to leave the room.
We're gonna go, we'll take care of him.
My name is Charles. I made my name known as a celebrity chef, an award-winning filmmaker. 8 years ago, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. It would set me on a journey to not only try and save my life, but ones I would come to meet around the world. It does not take much effort to live for others, and what we leave is how we will be remembered. I will embark on a road to help reverse the lives of some that are fighting this terrible condition. I hope at the end, we can see that hope is a great thing and the start of a better future. Welcome to Reversed. After a night that was filled with Lisa and Roger having couple issues and Rev showing back up, this morning we all got up very early. We were headed to Kingston to visit with the Diabetes Association of Jamaica. I was told that Rev wanted to go with us, and I knew that his dynamic would change the tone of the trip. The guests were getting along so great, and to add to that with someone who didn't seem to be here for the right reasons, I felt it would be a distraction.
Do you want to take warm water with lemon?
You want some tea?
Take some warm water.
water. No, it's good.
I think we're going to go with warm water.
Yeah.
Did you eat it all?
It's okay.
We're proud of you, Margie. You're looking like you lost a couple pounds over there and put on a little suntan. You know?
No, but it's really, it's like we're over here discussing, you know, how we can help the couple in the team, and
Yeah.
it's like, you know, here we are with like to us and ourselves, and it's like, but this has helped me tremendously because I am going to continue with this. I already told my husband we're going shopping there.
Well, that's what we want. We want when you guys leave here that it's something that stays with you. You know, we don't want this to be something, because, you know, people will go back to their same environment.
Right.
And usually what happens, they'll fall back into the same, you know, patterns. We want to make sure that when you leave here, that you literally, you've changed your life. You know, I'm sure you may have thought you were eating healthy, right? At home.
Actually, you know what? There was a point where and I keep saying it. It's like I didn't eat because I knew that the stuff I had was not healthy. So I chose not to eat instead of hurting myself, you know, with eating the wrong things, which is
It's not a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. I was hurting myself, but I didn't want to do it myself. I was not ready to continue the damage in my body, you know.
I received a few messages from Seth that Rev was, well, I hate to even share some of his behavior. And for the sake of being a friend in the past and someone I have deep respect for, I choose not to. Dr. Asa was able to have some serious one-on-one talks, and I hope it sees some results.
Reverend! Hey, man! So, Rev, my question is, why are you here?
I'm here
Like, what brought you here?
for education.
Okay.
And I've been not only following the work of Charles Mattocks for almost 4 or 5 years,
Right.
but when he told me all what we'll be doing today at this camp, I call it a camp.
The last 4 days.
No, the whole camp of itself.
Right.
But I was here.
We've been here for almost 4 days.
I went away.
Right.
I left.
Right. Why?
I just want to get away, man.
You should be here with the rest of the guests. You know?
I understand. But tonight I'm going to just step out a little bit. I hear the other gentleman talking, and it sounds like, well, I'm going to be in a boot camp where they're going to take away my good food. Not only do I hear that a lot, and some people like to tell you how, like a death sentence.
Right.
And I said to myself, you know something, I'm in Jamaica.
Right. So let's go drink some beer, let's go eat some good food, and then we'll get started.
What are you, some prophet? I think you're a prophet. I think you're a
So-
prophet. So I did that.
Right, you did that.
I came back here last night.
Right, so let's go get it out of our system, and then I'll get started.
Get started fresh.
Right. Just on behalf of Charles, let me tell you something, man. Charles got up early this morning and left because he's hurt.
Oh,
He's not mad. He's hurt.
man. I'm sorry.
All right?
I have to say, very disappointed.
So if Charles looks at you as a father figure in his life,
It's true.
right, and you're here, you're the one that should have the highest level of example, not just for Charles, not just for us, for the people that are here as well.
Agreed.
So you've got a few more days.
Yes.
I'm going to challenge you to get invested,
Yes, sir.
to work hard, to do what it takes, because you're the bishop.
Yes, sir.
If you've got all these other churches and you're here running around drinking beer when nobody can see because you're in Jamaica, when you're out drinking beer and living it up, doing what you want to do, right? It's not leading by example, man. So if people look to us to live by example, we have to do that.
I agree.
Okay?
Doc, I thank
So
you
man,
very
let's dig in.
Yes, sir.
That we've got a few more days.
Yes.
Let's dig in. All right?
All right.
Title means nothing.
I know.
The greater the title, the greater the servant.
All right.
I called up a few amazing people who have dedicated their lives to saving others. Miss Lurleen Les from the Diabetes Association of Jamaica and Dr. Owen Bernard. So today, this morning, we're at the Diabetes Association of Jamaica. What I wanted to do was bring some of the guests here so that they can see not only Dr. Owen Bernard, who's a podiatrist, and see what real wounds look like, but also what the dialysis center, and talk to some of the amazing doctors here in Jamaica. One of the reasons I wanted to come here, more awareness needs to be done with them to help them get the word out here. People need to understand at times, even because there's a lot of people who can't afford dialysis here.
80% of the persons can't afford dialysis. In the public system, which offers it for free, but then the public system is overwhelmed, right? And so dialysis, right now we charge about $70 per treatment, which you know, dialysis is not that's not $70 per treatment.
Okay.
It's over 140.
No, can I say something?
Yeah.
Because I work
She's worked in
I
a
work the
dialysis
dialysis
Yes,
environment.
okay.
So when we do it, it's actually when we have people coming into the country, we charge $100 an hour.
An hour. That's the challenge we have, because persons should dialyze at least 3 times per week. A number of them are only coming once per week.
Yeah.
So they're in a constant crisis.
All right, let's
Go to the
head
dialysis
upstairs.
center,
Good.
okay? She's coming for dialysis. So,
They take good care of you here?
Yeah,
That's good. That's good. That's good. Well, hang in there, Mom. All right?
some people just make mischief.
You look lovely today. I just wanted you guys to see that, you know, this is the reality. And while you may not think you may make it here, I think I might make it here if I don't do what's right. And if you can see, these are young people. I mean, you know, one guy there. I mean, how old is he?
33.
33. So, you know, this is not a 50, 60-year-old situation. This is a reality. Mind if I say hello to you for a second? You don't have diabetes or anything, right?
No.
Just high blood pressure?
Hypertension.
Hypertension, yeah. So, which is also a complication of diabetes too as well. Yeah. How long have you been on dialysis?
Basically about over 2 years.
And how was it when you knew you had to get on that?
When I get information pertaining to my hypertension, they told me he's going to put me on some pressure tablets. Put me on the pressure tablets and start taking it, and then all of a sudden my sex life started going down. And then long after, when I found out, after start taking it, because it runs out, I realized that I regained back that.
You know your body and know your symptoms. If you are experiencing something,
You have to act on it literally right away. Had you may have acted differently, have you may have done a few things a little bit differently, he may not be in this situation right now.
Whereby we are now offering diabetic retinal screening.
Yeah.
Right? So the Ministry of Health says it's only 10% of the diabetic population who is actually getting a dilated eye check done. So in response to that, we got this retinal camera donated from the Life for a Child program that deals with the kids with diabetes, 2 to age 26. So it was donated, and now we are using it to do the retinal screening, and through funding from Chase Fund, we're offering retinal screening for free.
And what's amazing is, you know, in America, these machines are all over the place.
Exactly.
All over the place.
And as you may be aware, diabetes is one of the leading cause of blindness.
Of course,
Right.
of course. And it's actually second cause of death, leading cause of death in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's number one?
Heart disease, which of course diabetes is underlying
80%.
factor, right?
In America,
Yes.
80% of diabetics die from heart disease.
Exactly.
So
in the heart disease is there in the underlying cause.
we're gonna keep fighting, and I think that's what Reversed is. It's about fighting. It's not about a show about reversing diabetes. It's a show about working together. I hope everyone who sees this understands that this is not a gimmick. This is really just sharing, exposing, and letting people see that the face of this is rough, it's tough.
Coming up on Reversed.
I want you guys to kind of really see what complications can come from uncontrolled diabetes.
And when you come to the camp, it's pretty amazing when you see a 3-year-old taking his or her own insulin.
While seeing some of the work Dr. Bernard is doing may be a bit hard for some of the guests and even myself, it was key. Knowing that uncontrolled diabetes can lead to this and can be an eye-opener, and left many with the reality that change was not an option for them, but a necessity.
Well, come in, because I want you to meet Dr. Owen Bernard,
In America, everybody's a doctor.
British trained podiatrist.
We don't use the term doctor. No, I'm just one of the team members. You know, with diabetes management, it's a team. It's not an individual. The center of that team is the patient. The patient.
I want you guys to kind of really see, you know, what complications can come from uncontrolled diabetes. Luna, how long did you have diabetes for?
From 2014.
Yeah, only 3 years. Well, that you know of. Yeah. Were you on medication?
Yeah.
So how did it get so bad?
Then neglect.
Huh?
Neglect.
What? How did we get here?
Right, let me tell you about this lady. Diabetes is not necessarily under control. When she came to me, it was already badly infected. Okay, what happened? Based on what is presented, obviously she had, if you look at her toe, this foot here, you notice that the nail is thickened, or the nails are thickened. In addition to that, a lot of people, they develop calluses around these areas here. There's no pain or anything, but that callus is there, and over time, it sort of traumatizes soft tissue underneath. And by so doing, you begin to see some so-called bloodshot, as if it's bleeding, which is what's happening because it damages the small blood vessels, and you get that, what we call hematoma. Further damage, and the next stage will be the ulcer. If you don't do anything about infection, and that's what has happened, what I do is, every time she comes in, I take away a little bit here and there, and that seems to be working. So if it's working, we continue.
Yeah. Then when we went to see the patient, we saw the diabetic clinic. Oh my God. that definitely put me in a place where that can be me.
And that will be repeated. Every time she come here, I will do that. But at the end of the day, we should try to prevent amputation at all costs. And we're still not getting the message across the importance of foot care at the primary care level as early as possible. Every time he or she goes in to see a doctor says, take off your shoes. It should become routine. And a lot of people think also that once you have diabetes and anything goes wrong with you, you're going to lose it. It's inevitable. Not true. And having your limb amputated, it's not reserved for old people. People still think that. It's not true. The youngest amputee that I have is 29 years old. Listen, don't walk around the house barefoot because there are a lot of hazards around the house. Why? Because if you have diabetes, you could lose some sensation of maybe on the little toe, and the rest of the foot is okay. You step on a pebble, know the damage that a pebble can do to an insensate foot.
Mr. Bernard, what's next for her?
Next for her? Continue with the treatment because progress is being made. Manage the sugar, very important. It's not just what I'm doing. Her nutrition, important. All these in combination of things. Okay? Are you happy?
Yeah.
You're not just saying that because the cameras are here.
No.
I have to make sure.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Listen, at the end of the day, but I might appear to be, smiling and going, but we can't be. I'm not flippant in what I'm saying. At the same time, you don't want to preach doom and gloom.
Right.
They must feel comfortable, feel good. We're thinking there must be hope.
Coming up on Reversed.
These people are very passionate in what they do.
Improve people's quality of life.
So I'm very encouraged about your progress. So how are you feeling? How y'all feeling since you've been here? And in regards to your eating habits, how you used to eat at home and how you've been eating since you've been here. You feel like you eat healthier, more food, less food?
Way healthier. I'm eating less food, but I'm staying fuller.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we basically went from lunch to supper time, and then when supper time came, it's like, wait, didn't we just eat lunch? No, it had been 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours, but I was still full, which is pretty darn amazing.
And so tell me, how does that compare to what y'all used to eating when you're home? Is it more healthy now?
Way much more healthy, but I really enjoy it. Good. I feel like I'm cleansing myself with the good food and all those nasty breads and cereals and stuff that we would eat. It's like it's cleaning out of my system, and my system is flowing better.
So I'm very encouraged about your progress.
Thanks.
So we're just gonna keep it moving. We're here for a little longer time, and we're gonna see what happens. But you two, I want you to feel really good about yourselves.
Well, I gotta thank you for the education that you have given us.
Diabetic as well?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm type 2.
A couple of years.
Yeah, type 2, type 1.
It's 2.
Type 2?
Yeah.
Okay, you've been dealing with this for how long? How many years?
This, in particular, like 2 years since this has happened. This happened in my last year of university.
This is what you're looking at is thick crust, and under there you have an ulcer. It started off because we all have a different style of walking. As we walk, it's twice our body weight transferred to the ground. If it's not dealt with, this is where you begin to see this darkish area here, because that's your normal color, nice pinkish color here. This is that. You see, this now is impacting the rest of the toe because this is like cement. Okay, and it rests on the bone. Notice, and it's damaging the soft tissue, so we have to remove all of that. So Scott, there's no bleeding on it because all that is dead. Snog. I like to see blood when I'm doing this. A little bleeding, that is good.
How far has this come, Doc?
Mm-hmm.
Has it come a long way? Is there
Yes, this has healed up before, but you know, the constant build-up, because he's a very active person. And if you don't do this, it just gets worse and worse. Make it thick. Huh?
You're an amazing guy. I know you're touching lives. That's why, number one, we couldn't do this in Jamaica and not have you in it. Keep doing what you do.
Everybody, no matter who you are, like to have your morale uplifted or boosted.
No, no, it's you deserve all the accolades because, I mean, you know, you're touching lives of people I even know.
That's that's what it's all about. You see, in life, no matter what you do, you must have that passion for it. If you don't, leave it and go and do something else. Okay, and you have to people. You know, try, especially in the medical field, try to uplift, improve people's quality of life.
These people are very passionate in what they do, and I know that they're an inspiration to their country as well as they were an inspiration to me.
So I want to thank all of you for being here today. I hope we all really learned something, and I think that I know it's changed my life. Miss Les wanted to share something with one of you.
So who should I share it with, Charles? I'm looking at 3 persons, all right? So on behalf of the Diabetes Association of Jamaica, I would like to present to you a blood glucose monitor. It's a complete kit. It has the Lancet device, the Lancets, the test strips, all included.
Thank you.
And it is covered on the National Health Fund.
Yes.
Can I get you a hug?
Sure.
Please.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
You're most welcome.
I think that was tremendous. I mean, very touching, very emotional. I think we saw the reality. We saw the reality of what diabetes is. We saw the reality of what uncontrolled diabetes is. Some amazing people who still have a whole lot of hope. And, you know, hopefully this will educate some people, inspire some people. But at the end of the day, we need the awareness. And this is what it's about. It's truly about the awareness. So, all right.
Coming up on Reversed.
This is now 41 years I've been working in this area.
Or do you feel like it's just going to keep getting worse?
Sometimes I don't.
Dr. Morrison is not only a leading force in diabetes in Jamaica, but in many parts of the world. We could not come to Jamaica and get some of his insight and expertise.
When it comes to diabetes, you know, management, it's not just the scientific textbooks and publications. You have to get to the grassroots to get the people to understand how it's going to affect their lives.
We met Professor Errol, and some of the stories that he shared with us were really, really moving for us and really touched us.
The mass communications department at the university wrote a little play about a family, okay? One person with diabetes and the sister trying to help the individual, but he was a football player, drank a lot of alcohol, and a life story that people could relate to. Now that continued for 2-3 years, you know, and for the next half of the program, we'll be discussing what he did wrong, right? In terms of the best advice that is being given.
Dr. Morrison has given his life and work to helping others. What a gift to just hear him tell the many stories. His passion is like that of a young student, but he is a wise scholar.
By the time a person with diabetes comes to the doctor or to the clinic, he or she has already gone to the local village elders for advice. So by the time they come to the hospital or the clinic, several complications may already be setting in. Common thing, for example, to use an example, man with a little numbness in his foot. Yeah? Then he gets a basin with warm water, and he puts some salts in it and soaks the foot in it. Hot water in a foot that has poor circulation is heralding gangrene. So as I used to tell them on the radio and television, if you soak your foot, you're going to get soaked. Right? But you see, these are everyday problems. But what is it I'm trying to do? I'm trying to get to the people. Right. So the work goes on. But I tell you something. This is now 41 years I've been working in this area. And my emphasis has been on education, education, education.
Now, Roger's already lost his leg, and that's really tough in itself. To go through something like that mentally and emotionally can be really, really difficult. Good to see you, man.
Hey.
What's happening? How's your day going?
Started out
Has it been good?
not good, but
Why did it start
it's
out
gotten
not good?
I just feel trapped in this place after 4 days.
Yeah, starting to close in a little bit, right?
I ain't seen everything around here, so I got to get out for a little bit.
Is your leg feel a little better today?
Yeah, it does. Feel a little better today.
Does it? It's good. You know, the amazing thing to me is that every time we hang out and talk, there's a 20,000 square foot mansion. We're in Jamaica. We're overlooking the water. There's not any resort pretty much in the country that'll give you this kind of view, right?
Yeah.
And you're telling me all the things that aren't great about it. At the end of the day, if a health challenge like diabetes comes in and takes your body to the point where you do lose a limb like you have, okay, then you have to look at it as, okay, now I'm in a fight. Because the last thing I'm going to do is let this challenge take any other part of my body. Maybe a toe it's taken, right?
Yeah, all of them.
Okay? So you're still in a place, though, where you can win. You're still in a place where your life is still here. Okay? You still got ability. You're not disabled. You have ability. You're well able, not disabled. So, man, if something's been taken from you, look at it as something that you can overcome. Because the reality is, look at the life you still have. Okay? You can beat all this. Every bit of it. Do you believe that? Or do you feel like it's just going to keep getting worse?
Sometimes I don't. I feel like, my mind starts racing and I get stuck in the bad things. I'm trying.
What?
When my mind goes to the places, it gets stuck there and I can't get out of that. I really can't.
I'll show you a different way. Cool?
Yeah.
All right.
Coming up on Reversed.
I lost a cousin just last night to diabetes.
And I tell you again, I cannot change how I feel.
We stopped by to see a good friend of ours who has also been pivotal in my diabetes, Dr. Jared. He wanted us to meet a new patient he's working with. Their approach is very different than it is in the States. He may give an hour of his time to just talk to a patient. So we wanted to kind of, stop by and see you and, see, especially in Jamaica, what it's like as far as dealing with diabetes and the issues and the complications and the treatment and the awareness. I think the awareness side of this is the reality of what people don't see.
Nutrition is the key, and that was what we were discussing before you guys got here. And the use of the drugs, if it's going to be used at all, it's going to be short term.
Can I ask Courtney, right?
That's fine. Courtney.
Courtney, why didn't you continue to take the medication?
As Dr. Jared said, it is in fact, or was at the beginning, denial based on the fact that certain issues were not prevalent then as they are now. And I was never usually one who was quick to take medication, drugs, pills, that sort of thing. And I still do consume sweets, but I don't consume as much as I used to. And I try to drink a little more water now than I used to, as opposed to drinking the sweet drinks. As I say, I still do drink sweet drinks, but not as much as I was doing then. So, so those are some of the things I've resorted to doing, not eating and goes.
Are you, Courtney, are you serious about making that change?
Yes, I am. Oftentimes you are not earning as much as you would like to earn, which will be able to support your treatment. For example, if you resort to eating meat and vegetable for lunch, so to speak, or dinner, let's say you're at work and you are to buy your lunch. Lunch providers tend to charge so much more for a vegetable lunch, as they would call it, if you ask for just meat and vegetables. And that oftentimes the cost is astronomical, as opposed to just ordering a lunch. So sometimes it really takes away from one eating the way you would like to. So there are so many factors sometimes that do affect treatment. And sometimes I don't really want to but it is an added factor, socioeconomic conditions.
It is.
Sadly so.
It is. It is. And that's why we wanted to feature some of the work in Jamaica, because a lot of people can't even afford to eat healthy, to be honest with you.
The minister now has introduced a sort of proposal to put a tax on sugary drinks,
yeah, we saw that.
which is a step in the right direction. Because those same bag juices and sodas, of course I won't call any brands, but carbonated sodas, which we consumed when we were young. We were burning it off. But as you get older and your metabolism slow down, those carbonated sodas and bag juices, they go straight to the waste. And that's one of the causes of explosion in diabetes. In fact, non-communicable disorders, because with the diabetes comes your hypertension. With the hypertension you get your strokes. I lost a cousin just last night to diabetes complications. And again, it's ironic because this man has me as a resource person, but just not reaching out, in denial, and he's dead now.
I've reached out at the right time, seemingly, and hoping I can really, or I will stick to whatever the course is going forward. So I was talking about some form of relief and help set me back on track again.
Coming up on Reversed.
Sometimes they become so depressed that they're crying while giving themselves insulin.
Oh, it's just in your mind. It's just in you. You can fake it. You can change your attitude.
Today I was being honored by Camp Yellowbird. They do amazing work with children who have diabetes.
So, I know I'm excited. He calls me his mentor. But I'm very proud of this man. This young man, he's doing some amazing things in diabetes, and I want to give you the floor, and I want you to just share.
All right, so my name is Rashid. I am a graduate student here at the University of Technology and also an assistant lecturer. So since I'm affiliated with Camp Yellowbird, a camp for children living with type 1 diabetes, but what they've done is to also include children living with type 2. And when you come to the camp, it's pretty amazing when you see a 3-year-old taking his or her own insulin. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they become so depressed that they're crying while giving themselves the insulin, but it's what they know, it's an everyday thing for them. It's something they have to deal with, you know? And if a child can get up at 6 in the morning and take his or her insulin, an adult can live with the disease.
From listening to him, I can see his passion and his dream, and he has a bright future ahead of him. That inspired me to go back to the States and actually try to be a diabetes advocate.
Dr. Asa and Roger had a man-to-man, should we say. He was right in calling them out on not seeing the good in the trip and focusing on the negative. So this moment, as painful as it may seem, needed to happen.
What's up? Tired of being treated different?
Listen, bro, you feel different because of your leg, and you're pissed about it. Just say it. You don't feel like you're treated.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you are.
I feel like I'm being treated different.
Yeah, but you're not. And you're not freaking handicapped. Stop acting like Really? Nobody's treating you different. You come down here to a beautiful place with people that care about you and love you. Look, dude, I don't get on planes and come freaking down.
Why?
I don't come down to a place to take care of somebody so they can slam doors in somebody else's house and they don't give a crap about themselves.
That's fine. Then don't.
Really?
Then don't.
Be the man you're designed to be, bro. Your leg doesn't define you.
Don't insult me about it.
I'm not insulting you.
Don't call me a little
I'm
kid.
not. Good. Get mad about it. I like it. It's good. Because you are. Bro, you've got a long life left.
Everybody says, oh, you can change it. You can change it.
It's-
No, I can't change it. I cannot change it. And no, I cannot. And I'll tell you again, I cannot change how I feel.
I understand that.
Believe me, I've tried. Been trying for 2 years.
Man, I'm telling you right now.
Everybody's, oh, it's just in your mind. It's
No.
just in you can fix it. You can change your attitude. Tell yourself. I tell myself every damn day, and it don't help. My mind goes crazy.
You want to change it?
You gonna ask that? Hell yeah, I do. Damn, quit asking that.
There's Roger. It's good, man. Because the reality is you're not defeated. You're not, man. It's great talking to Roger, especially one-on-one, because being a guy myself, we all have similar characteristics. I mean, we try to push things down. We try to not talk about our feelings too much. And sometimes it takes another kind of a guy's guy to really allow another guy to kind of open up and say, hey man, this is what I'm struggling with.
One thing I could say about Dr. Asa is he has passion. I thought this whole experience might be too much for Roger, but when the cure is from a place of love, it can move mountains.
So here's what we're gonna do tomorrow morning, because you're not handicapped, are you? Are you?
No, but I have an issue with carrying things.
All right, but hold on. Hold on. Can you walk? Yes,
Not really.
you can. All right, listen to me.
Hobble around.
Okay, but can you walk? Are you in a wheelchair? No. You can walk.
Most of the time I am.
Can you? I've seen you walk. Do nothing but walk around this house. I've never seen you in a wheelchair. Okay, I've been here for a couple of days.
There's
Here's
not
what.
one available.
And you don't need
When
one.
I take this leg off at night, yeah, I have to have a wheelchair.
All right, that's fine. But when it's on, you can walk. My point is, you can walk. Tomorrow morning, we're gonna get up. We're gonna make some coffee. We're gonna let her stay in bed, and we're gonna bring that cup of coffee into her tomorrow morning. Would you do that with me? Would you be okay with that?
Be very happy with that.
Then we'll start there.
That would be wonderful.
Kingston was an eye-opener for us all. To see some of the basic needs that many of us take for granted allowed us to realize how precious we truly have it.
Camp Yellowbird is a residential camp for people, for children with diabetes. And every summer we have a 1 week situation where we bring them into a residential situation. So we try to get them empowered to be managing diabetes and living well with diabetes.
Yeah. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Peter and James, and I've been type 1 from when I was 10 years old. It's been about 11 years now since I've been type 1. For me, I guess I could say that I've been a part of Camp Yellowbird, and currently I'm the youth ambassador for the Diabetes Association of Jamaica.
Oh, wow.
Originally, why I went to the camp was because I wanted to know others who were type 1 or that had diabetes, because when I was growing up there, I only knew my father or like relatives who had it, but they weren't type 1. So when I went to Camp Yellowbird in 2013, I never knew that if your blood sugar was high and then you exercise, that it would even go higher. There are little things that I learned that I found very amazing that I never knew. And then I found people my age, which was awesome as well.
So you have real passion for diabetes.
Yes, I do.
Do you want to do anything with it, like long term, or?
Well, for me, I've actually traveled the world because of it, which I'm very excited for.
Well, we're proud of you, and take care of me, all right?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Hello again.
Yes. Hello.
The University of Technology, through the College of Health Sciences, the School of Allied Health and Wellness, and our Dietetics and Nutrition program, likes and would like to acknowledge the work that you do with diabetes and for diabetes management. And so we would like to present you with a small something just to remind you that we are here and we think about you and we appreciate your service.
Aww.
Okay?
Wow. Okay. I was looking down at it too, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. I appreciate that. Today was life-changing. This dream I had of being able to bring people together and change their lives has taken a life of its own. After this day, nothing is going to be the same. We head back with a mind full of knowledge and inspiration. I can't wait to get back to the house and share what we learned and saw and see what progress was made of those who stayed. In the next episode of Reversed.
This really happens, and it's real, and it's painful.
The wound's been looking okay, but I'm a little concerned about it.
I've had so many negative experiences where people made fun of me,